That is democracy. But of course, 70%, how many percent support the government? I forgot already. 70% don't know anything about politics. 10% support the government. This 10% is minority. We are actually in the majority. So if you don't open your mouth and say loudly, I'm sorry to say that you were very, of course as a civil government servant, I understand you are being very cautious. You won't say, what are the good ideas? You leave it to me to say, not fair. No. You force me to stick out my neck again. I stuck out my neck with the Tunku, I stuck out my neck with the previous Prime Minister, and now I have to stick out my neck again. But okay, if nobody else will stick out their neck, I will do it for you. I will translate. I'll put it on my blog that a certain teacher said this. I don't know who that teacher is, but she said this, not in so many words, in a very roundabout way. Without saying something, she has managed to say it. Very clever. Thank you. Last question, please. I have to go off. Tonight I'm campaigning. If you like to come and hear, you can go to Hulu Selangor. Okay?
Good afternoon, Tun.
Afternoon.
Okay, first of all, let's say that you're one of the most prominent leaders in the world and you are actually my role model.
Hooray!
Okay, to introduce myself, my name is Jenny Jayavalan and currently doing ICT, second year, second semester, and also the High Com of SRC UTP. Okay, my question would be very simple as I have to make it simple. In terms of integration, how much do you think the constraint in freedom of speech of each personal individuals, like we have a lot of constraints in what we have to talk, how much does it affect integration? How true is the statement One Malaysia? And next would be, by the looks of what is happening now in the country, do you think that we will be able to achieve Vision 2020? That's all.
Well, the question is not so simple. You know, in this country, we do have certain constraints, and we hold ourselves back. We don't speak the truth. Because when we speak the truth, some people will get very angry, and there will be racial clashes. There will be confrontation, tension between the races, and that is one thing that we want to avoid. So when we know something, we know the cause, we should not say it. So with regard to integration, I know the cause, but I cannot say it. Because if I say it, I'm quite sure people will call me a racist. Incidentally, I just want to tell you that in Singapore, there are no Chinese school, no Tamil school, only English school. But here, if you say that science and maths should be taught in English, then the Malays, the Chinese and the Indians say you are going to kill their language. So I will stop at that. Now with regard to the constraint on free speech, actually there is not much constraint. We are free to talk, except that we should not talk in a way that will create antagonism between the races in this country. Because the relation between the different races is very fragile in this country. If you talk and say freely what you feel like saying, if you ask me to speak freely, I know I will be accused of being a racist. And I'm already accused for being racist, even though I hold myself back. And others also will be accused of being racist by me. And when you start hurling at each other these words of wisdom, the result is this country will not be very stable. We should be very thankful that for almost 50 years, this country has been very stable, except for 1969 and maybe 1987. This country was stable. Why was it stable? It is stable, it has been stable because we restrain ourselves. Although we feel like saying something, we don't say it. Of course, some people don't say it because they are afraid. Their action may be taken against them, maybe even thrown into the cling under ISA. So they don't say it. But if they say it, supposing I say freely what I feel, and you say freely what you feel, and he says freely what he feels, I think we are going to step on people's toes so much that the toes will be crushed, and we are going to fight each other. There will be no stability in this country. But the formula we adopted has worked, and we should be grateful for that. This country, when it became independent in 1957, I don't think you were around there, were you? No. In 1957, this country became independent. And the prediction was that this country will never be stable because the Malaysians, Chinese and the Indians can never be together. But we have proven for 50 years, it's not perfect, but for 50 years, they have lived together, played together, worked together. Not in harmony, they were not hugging each other or kissing each other. But at least we can sit together and talk to each other and work together to build this country. Every race contributed towards the development of this country. Nobody can say that he does more than the others. So, if we have no restraint, no ban on certain things, I don't think we will be enjoying the life we are enjoying today. With regard One Malaysia and all that, this is a concept, I think every Prime Minister would like to have something that is identified with him. It doesn't identify with me, of course. I had other, many slogans. You see, but people have forgotten them now. Thank God. With regard to achieving 2020, in the year 2020, I don't think we will achieve it unless we change course completely. But I don't see us changing course. We are still clinging to the old strategies, and the old strategies will not work in this period of time. For example, this country grew on the basis of foreign direct investments. It cannot expect foreign direct investments anymore simply because we have become a higher cost country and people are more likely to go to China, to Vietnam, or even to Thailand and Indonesia. They don't want to come to Malaysia because we ask for higher wages and we are short of workers. We have to rely on foreign workers. So they are not going to come here. FDI will not contribute towards the achievement of Vision 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Yang amat berbahagia.